Alright, so welcome back to another Blue Lock Rival video. In this video, we're going to be checking out the new lobby. So, as you can see, this will be the new lobby for the update that's dropping tomorrow. Now, you guys may be wondering how I'm getting to play this early. This is actually like the public playtest server. So, technically speaking, anyone can try these out. And Hiyori, I believe his refresh is also getting updated this upcoming update. So, pretty much this Saturday, basically tomorrow. I'll try to drop this video on the Friday, so just keep that in mind because I'm also recording on the Friday. I'll probably drop the video also on the Friday as well. So yeah, this is what the lobby looks like. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, it got a big refresh, and these are the shop and pretty cool stuff. These are all the showroom as well. I believe you can check out these all these limited stuff as well. So I cannot scroll these for some reason, but I believe you could. Yeah, but this is what the animation looks like. Pretty cool stuff. Alright, so let me click on this one more time. But yeah, you can pretty much see all these I guess these things, and you can try all them out if you want. Yeah, this is what the true egoist looks like. I mean, these are already in the game, as you guys already can see. I mean, these are pretty much all in the game already. But anyways, what I really want to show you guys is actually like the Google Doc that they released for the changes for pretty much majority of the characters. Alright, so I'm going to turn down the volume in the Blue Lock Rival game, and I'll probably pull up the Google Doc right now. You guys will probably be seeing that on your screen soon. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so yeah, we're going to go through pretty much each of like the balance changes, so let's go through all of that as well. I'm also going to just be a bit closer, I guess. Okay, but yeah, this is the Blue Lock Rival balance changes. Note all the current cooldowns are mentioned here in Wiki. Green means they're already added, so Otoya, his I guess his things are pretty much changed already, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, they pretty much are prioritizing Enio Rin, Enio Isagi, Kaiser, Kunigami before the rest. Alright, so let's go through Kunigami. So his body block is the only move that makes him unbalanced. Overall, that's true. I think his power shot is still very OP in my opinion, but I mean, if they want to change body block, I guess we'll just let them. Alright, so this is, I believe, the nerf. So he gets his ragdoll time reduced, the range reduced by half, so pretty much you have to be much more closer to like the enemy. And the knockback decreased slight by 5%. I'm assuming the enemy who got hit by the knockback will be decreased by 5%, and the ragdoll time reduced. Pretty much if you get hit with the body block, and the time you're on the ground will be reduced. Next character we got is of course Kaiser. So all the balance changes on Kaiser should be enough to make it a very balanced style that requires some skill to play. So Kaiser impact, at a limit how much you can adjust it, and a 30% reduction to shot power and a 15% increase to shot speed. I personally have no clue what this part means, like at a limit to how much you can adjust it. But let's move on to like the next one, which is Kaiser Volley. You have to be very close to your teammate for it to work, basically hugging your teammate. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense because you have to be close to your teammate to actually. You should be close to your teammate to actually like use Kaiser Volley. And this one, I believe, is one of his it's where he did like that, where he showed his like neck with like the roses, I believe. At least that's what I think, or it's either that get lost loser one. I don't remember. But yeah, you must be near your opponents to actually use it. So just keep that in mind. Subjugation is pretty much his move where you pretty much, of course, it automatically brings the ball to you. And you have to be in the range of 100 studs from your teammate for it to actually work. So you have to be closer to your teammate now. Now it's Enio Isagi. So these are perfect. These are perfect in order to make Isagi good, but also require some skill. Alright, lefty shot. Make it so you dash / pounce on your opponent, and if you land a dash, you lefty shot the opponent, and this can be ankle broken. So from the looks of it, you have to make a dash for you to use lefty shot. It's kind of confusing. I mean, whenever the update does drop, I'll definitely be testing these out and seeing if it works, if I'm being honest. I mean, they're a little bit confusing just reading it off, if I'm being honest. But the other thing is a buff to a dash pretty much gets a 25% buff, if you guys don't know. Before it was, well, after the nerf, Isagi was pretty bad in terms of his like dashing and stuff, but now he got buffed by 25%, so it's pretty much 75% now, so that's pretty nice. Alright, so pretty much say his arm swipe is similar to Kunigami's body block and makes the game unfun. Beautiful shot is very weak, so they're definitely buffing that. So arm swipe 50% range decrease, ragdoll time decrease, it must be close to use pretty much to your opponent and stuff. And also beautiful shot power increased by 30% and makes it curve as well. Pretty nice stuff. I mean, these are honestly overall pretty good buffs to slash nerfs to Sei. I think he will, I mean, Sei, in my opinion, he's already a overall like really good character, and I think these are, I mean, this definitely won't benefit him, but this beautiful shot definitely will. Alright, so now let's go to Don Lorenzo. Golden defense, 2 broken, bypass all iframes, and now it can steal the ball in any way, whether the ball is in the air or the enemy has it. Alright, so the first nerf I'm assuming is makes it dribbleable. I don't know what that means. And of course the increased cooldown by 10 seconds. I personally don't play Don Lorenzo, so if you guys understand what this means, just tell me in the comments below and I'll probably ping it. Next one is called Zombie Dribble. Zombie Dribble, not Zombie Dribble. I don't know what I said. But yeah, Zombie Dribble. Pretty much 10% increase and remove end lag. So I believe these are buffs to him. Alright, so these are the IQ buffs. So okay, so IQ extremely weak. These are enough to make him usable. Make it so you have to, or you can use his ability on the 3rd/4th of the field instead of half of the field, so you can use it much more on the field, I guess. Force defense, 2 charges at awakening. Basically, force defense has a 60-second cooldown, makes it so after using both charges of the force defense, the ability goes on a 60-second cooldown. Alright, so basically you get 2 force defense, which is pretty nice. Charge, the hitbox increased by 20%, that's actually pretty nice as well. Alright, so now let's go through Nagi. So Nagi is very outdated, some buff requires. So pretty much his dash move increased dash length by 15%, and the cooldown decreased from 30 or 40 seconds to 35 seconds. So overall, minor changes, but still is very useful. Trap, these decreased cooldown from 50 to 45 seconds, so nothing too crazy, but overall pretty good buffs, honestly. Alright, but now let's go through Otoya. Otoya is arguably the worst epic. Stealthy steps, duration of the movement increased by 1.5x. Cooldown is reduced from 72 to 55 seconds. Ninja dribble will stun opponent for 1.5 seconds. Ninja shot needs a 10% shot power buff, and awakening shot power buff by 40%. I believe these are already in the game, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so Karasu, best legendary right now, but requires slight tweaking. I don't really know if he's the best legendary. I don't know when this was made, but I highly doubt he's the best. Personally, at least, it's probably Nagi. Nagi's, in my opinion, at least the best one, but I don't know. I guess you guys can argue with me in the comments below. So the first one is called Raven Dribble, reduce cooldown by by 5 seconds. So yeah, pretty much decrease cooldown by 5 seconds. So that's very nice. Crow Thieves, increase cooldown by 5 seconds. Okay, so I guess this is an additional 5-second cooldown. Reduce hitbox slightly and makes it harder to steal the ball. Crow Theft is a move that plays extremely overwhelming to the enemy, and because of that, it deserves a slight nerf. So yeah, pretty much yeah, 1 buff, 1 nerf overall. Okay. So for Chigiri, pretty much his speedster gets a 10% speed reduction, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so now let's go through Gagamaru. So keepers have a huge disadvantage as of now. A Gagamaru buff was demanded. Okay. So diving header, reduce the cooldown of it by 5 seconds, make it so it reaches a little bit farther, not too much, only a little bit farther. Okay. Scorpion, increase the range of it by a bit. Okay, increase the range of the player can reach. Alright, pretty cool. Fast reaction, decrease the cooldown, I don't know why I said cooldown, but decrease the duration of the move by 3 seconds and decrease the cooldown by 5 seconds. So minor tweaks, but nothing too crazy. Bear Claw, increase the second you have to catch the ball, makes it 6 seconds. Okay, nice. So Rayo, his offensive mode was horrible, so his offensive mode pretty much got buffed. These are all the buff. Shot bar feels faster, and then speed boost 10%, stronger shot 10%, and reduced dribble cooldown by 10%. So overall pretty cool. Alright, so Yukimiya, his stamina drain is too high right now, so stamina drain on both moves decreased by or reduced by 1.3 or 1/3, which is overall pretty nice. Lethal touch removes end lag, so yeah, nothing too crazy. Alright, so Corona, the awakening skill Planet Hotline is completely useless. Planet Hotline mixes both players cover a distance similar to a singular prime Neo Usagi dash, and both player gains a 3-second long speed boost. So overall, okay, pretty nice stuff. Cause yeah, playing the hotline, it looks like you were dribbling dribbling forward, but you're actually not. You're technically just staying in place, and it plays a cutscene. So yeah. All right, so Bachira, his epic version got a buff. So all right, so let's check it out. So Nutmeg increased the stun by 0.3 seconds, pretty nice, and the hitbox buff by 10%. So overall, pretty nice. And this one's the B style flow. So I guess just one extra dribble added on it, I believe. So pretty cool stuff. Alright, so now we're going to talk about pretty much Neo Rin with all of his these moves and stuff. Pretty much Neo Rin, his kit, and of course his flow. So Destroyer Domain, 20% range decrease, and makes it dribble. Thank God they made it dribble, because it was so annoying because you can't even dribble out of it, which is kind of honestly insane. Destroyer Shot, it's pretty much 10% shot power decrease and slight speed decrease. So yeah. Occasion Break, distance decrease by 25%. Okay. Annihilate, 10% shot power decrease. A new toy, 1 use per awakening. Okay, nice. Die, 10% shot power and shot speed decrease. So overall, pretty nice. And of course, Destructive Crash Shot, same thing with the 10% shot power and shot speed decrease. And lastly, we have his Destruction Impulse, pretty much 20% decrease in shot power, 3 steals before, now it's back to 2 steals, or now it's going to 2 steals, not back to 2 steals. Remove the steal cooldown reduction, okay. 33% to 20% reduced skill cooldown, and 50% to 25% bigger steal hitboxes. Honestly, I couldn't even feel the hitboxes, if I'm being honest, but anyways, these are pretty much the buff and nerfs for the characters. Alright, so in summary, pretty much what's hopefully coming to the next update, basically tomorrow, is of course this Blue Lock Rival balance changes to majority of these characters. There's also going to be a new lobby, which I showcased already, and Hiyori might get refreshed, but it's hard to say if he does. I think he's probably going to get like a refresh. Or maybe they're going to save it for the next update. I personally don't know. But anyways, with that said, I'll end out the video here. Remember that if you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like the video if you guys enjoyed it, and comment down below if you guys have any questions. And yeah, see you all in the next video. Bye guys.